there guys, it is a little chilly right now. I just looked at the temperature and it is 37 degrees. It's supposed to get down to 25 tonight here, I believe. So definitely frosty. It was pretty frosty this morning. So I've decided I am going to put the plastic back on my little low tunnel. It's been so warm I had to take it off. I knew it was fall spring and I knew I was going to be doing this, so I was prepared. This week's been kind of a bummer. I hate to like be putting out videos where I'm saying this more than 1 week in a row, but man guys, I've cried so much the last 2 days just out of absolute frustration. I don't really want to get into it, but we got some pretty bad news today and it's just been a really bummer of a week. So we've decided to be bums tonight. I don't know where my greenhouse plastic is. I think Taylor moved it. My toesies are cold. All right. I guess just to give you a little insight to what the deal is. Basically, the news that we got means that we are not in fact going to be able to get a furnace anytime soon. Hopefully we can still get one before next winter. The summer's gonna be real hot here, so we're just gonna have to get some new AC units and put them like in the windows. Hopefully we can find some that will cool the whole house for not too expensive on Marketplace. It's probably gonna push quite a few other projects back as well, but we're still planning to do the chicken coop because we need somewhere for the chickens to go. So you should be able to still see that project. This week I don't really have any big projects planned. We kind of have planned to do a little bit more like smaller maintenance type items. We need to get our carport cleared out because Taylor needs to fix his car, so that's just like a matter of bringing a bunch of stuff to the basement and organizing it. And we also need to do the same thing with the laundry room, kind of get that organized. And we just have some small inside projects we want to work on this week, so nothing too big. I'm hoping to be able to plant some of my seedlings outside finally because I keep saying I'm going to do that and they need to go out and I just haven't had time or energy. So hopefully it stops being absolutely frigid here again soon and we can do that, but for now it's chilly and we're just kind of hunkering down because it's been so warm, we're not used to it. On that note, I am chilly, so I'm gonna do this real quick and then go inside and eat some pho because I made homemade pho broth today and it smells so good. I know it's getting dark, but I'm not gonna mulch. I'm not gonna cover these beds because they still have quite a bit of leaf mulch on them, and if they get frosted, they get frosted. I'm just gonna hope they're okay because I don't have any more plastic. Thursday. It's been a continuous nightmare of a week. But it's time to move fill dirt because it's actually nice today. So while Taylor is grabbing the lawnmower so we can do that, I just wanted to show you last night. You see these orange flags? We marked out our chicken coop and chicken run area. We have it fully scoped out. We can start actually estimating the materials and I'm gonna try and keep track of the material costs for you guys. It's probably not gonna be a cheap project because we have to do a duck pond and stuff too. And we figured if we're gonna build a coop, we wanna do it a little bit oversized and we don't wanna have to do it again. So we're gonna try and do it like good quality and not skimp on it since we have to start from scratch anyway. But basically from there to there is 16 feet and then all the way over there, those flags, there's one behind the tree over here. That is 40 feet long and 16 feet wide, and that's gonna be our run. It's pretty big, but it's also on a hill. So we wanted to give extra space since we do have to do a duck pond, and they're gonna primarily be in here. And then this smaller rectangle right there is 6 by 16, and that's gonna be our coop. Oh, Ricky is back outside again. Not full time, but for a couple hours a day. He's doing well. His foot's healing well. He's having a blast out here. But yeah, so this is 6 by 16. So we're getting 20 birds total. We're hopefully getting 5 ducks and 15 chickens. So it should have space to grow. And we're gonna have the back of it be here, so we can get the nesting boxes and like pull eggs out from up here. And we'll also have a gutter on it that runs this way, and we'll have an IBC tow at the back of it as well to capture water off of the roof. We have to have a bird funeral. Ricky, this wasn't part of the deal. Look at these berries. Scary berries. Ricky, can you get down, please? Good job, dude. Come here. Come here. Good job. You're very brave. It is sunny and it is Saturday, and we're getting a late start today. That's okay. We needed to sleep in. We stayed up really late last night. And Taylor did all the dishes this morning. We had a breakfast, watched some videos on YouTube, and just had a relaxing morning. Ricky and I are currently wandering through the woods because it's time to collect our buckets from our unfortunately failed maple syrup experiment this year. So as you can see, most of the buckets are just tipped over. They've been empty this whole time. I think that, oh, I just literally smacked myself in the face with that. I think that our problem this year was primarily that the weather, we should have started this in December here. Even if we started it in December opposed to like early February or January, whenever we did it, I don't know if the weather this year was conducive to actually getting syrup down here. I know it's hit or miss down here whether or not it will work because we are so far south, but you know, we have the stuff, so I wanted to try it anyway. But I just figured I'd give you guys an update on it since it didn't work this year. We will try again next year. I can get these things out of the trees. I should have taken these out of the trees a while ago, but again, we've been busy. So I am just collecting them now, and we're gonna put them away for the season, wash them, try again next year, because that's all we can do. Eventually we want to get honeybees, and we'll be able to Ricky's peeing right next to me. Eventually we want to get honeybees, and we'll be able to hopefully produce a lot of our own sweetener that way via honey. But we were just hoping that we'd get some good old syrup, because as Michiganders, we love syrup. And I, for one, love sweet stuff. I know a lot of homesteaders that you see, they always say, it always makes me feel bad about myself, honestly. And I'm sure it's just a lifestyle change that hopefully eventually will happen. But everybody always says, we don't love sweet stuff. We're not huge on sweets. Guys, I love sweets. I have a major sweet tooth. I could literally just drink straight maple syrup. I'm not gonna lie, I can think of at least one time where I've literally stuck a straw into maple syrup as a child and drank it. So that's the level of my sweet tooth. So if you have a sweet tooth, I'm right there with you. These things are really stuck in there. So I am going to set you down and finish this up, and then we'll go see what Taylor's doing. Alright, so I'm kind of surprised, but this one sounds like it actually might have some sap in it. But like, such a small amount. Probably like, maybe 2 cups max. So with the thing with syrup, if you don't know, is sugar maples, I believe, which are like the highest concentration of sugars in a maple tree. Those boil down at like a 1:40 ratio. So every 40 gallons of sap, you'll get about a gallon of syrup. And I think other types of maples, so like, I don't know about red maples, but the one we had in Michigan on our property was a silver maple, and I think those are like one of the lowest ratios, and I believe that's like 1:60 or 1:80 or something like that. So we got like a little over like a 1.5 pints, I think, of syrup out of that tree. It took us a few buckets worth to get that, so this probably wouldn't make any syrup at all, but we'll see. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. So something else that I'm really excited for, and I'm not really sure on the timing of for down here, so if you are in Western North Carolina, please let me know if you know the answer to this. Sorry, I'm walking, so I trip very easily. I'm very clumsy. I have to look at the ground. If you know when mushroom hunting season is here, please let me know, because I grew up hunting morels in Michigan, and they were just like the most prolific things. We hunted them on my cousin's property all the time. I remember going with my uncle. Yeah, so I would love to get back into that. I know morels are harder to find the further south you go, I believe, but I'm also interested in maybe starting to find others. Those are the only ones that I can like truly identify though, because I've never hunted for other mushrooms, but I know what morels look like. So I would like to start looking for those, because the temperatures have been nice, and I think we have like an ideal property for it, honestly. It's very moist. We have like meadowy, it's honestly like almost silvopasture in there, like parts of it. There's a lot of dead trees. Unfortunately, we need to like take stuff out of there. We are planning on doing mushroom logs and stuff eventually, but that's just not in the cards to do right now. We have too much else going on. So we're hoping to be able to do some mushroom hunting. I have found some like hen of the woods, I think, previously, but I haven't looked too hard yet. So that was back in the fall. But yeah, if you have any advice for us for mushroom hunting in Western North Carolina, we're like just east of Asheville. So let me know if you have any suggestions for us. Ricky, you ready to go see what Daddy's doing? He's all lounging. He's so cute. You're just a sweet little friend, aren't you? All right, let's go see what Taylor's doing. I have to make this long trek up to the house. This orchard looks so much smaller on camera, but it's like, in reality, it's about almost an acre down here. It's 100 yards from the tree line all the way to where all those stumps are. Sharpening your chainsaw?
Yeah.
Well, I think we got like 2 cups of sap in this bucket. So, it'd be like a tablespoon of syrup. I'm out of breath. The sun is warm. I don't know. It looks bigger now than it did when it was standing. To me. Look how twisty it is.
Yeah.
This is like the best smell ever. So, what happens with it now?
Well, start taking branches off of it. Eventually I gotta get it to fall, but
yeah,
it's pretty big still. I should probably pull those out of there so they don't get buried. I don't want to just chop that trunk up into firewood yet.
It's like really straight.
Yeah, that's why I think, I mean, I'll take the branches off it, but then where it splits, I'll cut it off, and I don't know how I'm gonna move it, but.
Do you think that you could like somehow get the lawnmower to pull it?
Ricky, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm sorry, dude. Go.
That's dangerous.
I don't think the lawnmower will move it.
Need a tractor. Been working all day, but I've been filming, haven't been able to talk because Taylor's been using the chainsaw, and I think our neighbor is also using the chainsaw or some sort of tool that's loud, as you can probably hear right now. While it's so quiet, I wanted to show you, we have like carpets of this ground ivy, I believe is what it's called, and it has these little purple flowers, and it seriously is like bee heaven. There are bees all over the place. It's almost like a full carpet of just bees, not even the flowers. It's insane, and it's been like this for a couple weeks, so I'm happy that they're doing well, and it's really nice to see that we have like loads and loads and loads of bees on this property. I was kind of worried about that because like our property is just an absolute nightmare, like invasives wise, and it's just not healthy at all right now, but it's nice to see that there's a healthy bee population. Yeah, and you like to hunt the bees, don't you? Oh, you get them. Gotta be nice to the bees. They're our friends. To be sitting out here. I'm surrounded by fruit trees and a pond and little ducks. I'm so excited. It's beautiful today and I feel like I just needed a minute to come sit in the sunshine. Good job today, babe. Alrighty, friends, we are wrapped up for the day. It's getting a little chilly out. It's supposed to get down to 29 tonight and 23 tomorrow night, so we're still having some frosts. The last couple of weeks has been the coldest it's been since Christmas. So it's been a little chilly around here, but today it was 60 because of the sun, and that was beautiful. I just want to walk you around and show you kind of what we did today. So I got a tray of my seedlings put out here. They're all cold hardy things, and they're all things that could have started outside probably. They're all also things that I needed to put outside probably a month ago, and they were all really sad seedlings. At this point, it's more of a test of if they're going to survive, how well they'll do just for like future seasons, just to see like how much I can abuse the seedlings before they are like, no thanks, we're not gonna do this for you. I did that, and then we have been working in our chicken coop area yet again. I feel like we're always down here talking to you guys about this, but we had a bunch of this brush from the brush hog left over, and it's like kind of bigger stuff still that like didn't get fully broken down, and we need to like mulch it. So I went ahead and raked the entire area of the coop. So it's messy again, but we'll get to that in a second. So I raked that whole area from the brush and piled it all right here. This is gonna be like our compost central. The first time I saw this property, I was like, this is our garden. Like, it's perfect. It's right next to the house. I can come out and enjoy my time out here during lunchtime and just get some fresh air, and I like the proximity of it. So we wanted that to be our garden. Unfortunately, it's at the very top of our property. It's like the highest elevation on our property. So the nutrients and compost and whatnot aren't going to flow down to the garden, and it's going to be like a little bit of work to bring our compost up. Even though we have to trek the compost up to the garden, we're going to have to do that no matter where it is on the property. We're either going to have to haul material up to the compost area to make the compost, or we're going to have to haul the finished compost to the garden. We chose to just haul the finished compost to the garden, but it's right there, so it's not even that far away. So we're one step down. This like whole hill you can see is just like 2 feet. So this area is all going to be compost, and then our chickies are going to be over there. And the plan with that is we're going to have our coop. We'll put all of our materials in there, let the chickens scratch around in there and do their thing. And then we'll move it out here into bins or piles or whatever and let it finish. And then we can just put it in the garden. But that's not all. So our garden is at the very top of our property, but our orchard is basically the bottom of our property. It's the lowest point that isn't in the woods. So the woods, we have like a ravine that drops off. We snipped some of this fence, and now we have access from the compost area to just take compost right down to the orchard. And eventually we'll be probably having some sort of like chicken tractor or setup where we can have the chickens be down on the grass down there as well. So we're trying to think through all these things, and it's kind of a lot to like plan for, especially because we're not really sure what the end all be all for animals on this property is for us. But we know for sure we want the chickens and the ducks. We're getting them. We'll be getting more ducks because we're going to be putting a small pond down in our orchard. And this just seems like the right flow of things for us right now. I'm not saying that it is going to be forever. We may change our minds, so don't quote me on this. But for now, this seems like the right course of action. So Taylor cut down more trees today. These trees, they've been topped because they're directly under our power lines, and we think that at least one of these is going to have to come fully down. We were hoping that we could just take out part of it, but this tree is in such rough shape, you guys. But he took those down today, and that's why we have this mess. He has been cleaning this up all day, and we actually got some nice wood out of this. So we might actually make our fireplace mantle out of that. This area is just looking so pretty. We're really excited about this. We kind of came out here during the rain yesterday, so I couldn't bring the camera, but we were talking through like what we wanted to do and like the layout of the orchard. I started putting some flags out just to get an idea of the spacings we wanted and see what 10 feet or 15 or 20 feet looks like out here, because it's such a big space. It's really hard to visualize. And we planned out, we're going to be doing some later on, some like hardy kiwi trellises out here, like bigger ones with the cattle panels, and we're also going to be doing some raspberry and blackberry trellis, like skinny trellis systems. So we're going to kind of mix those in. We're hoping to mix some flowers and berries, and we're going to try and make this like a true food forest, like permaculture orchard style. We're going to be doing like guilds around them with like berries and comfrey and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to take a long time to get there, so we'll probably just start with a few trees and try and get it going. I just ordered more strawberries, more blueberries. I ordered 2 elderberry bushes and a couple other things. So I'm pretty excited to get those. I think the elderberries are going to go down in the orchard, so those will be the first thing down here. So super exciting. As you can see, we have yet to clean up all of this stuff. We cut down a bunch of this last weekend. Our house is so ugly right now. I can't wait to lime wash that. Actually, speaking of that, I have a question for you guys. I have looked high and low all over the place. There is not hydrated lime that you use to lime wash your house available in the Southeast United States. I don't know what it is. It's available at Menards in Michigan. I can look and see, but I can't find it here, and I don't know why. I've been looking since November, and it's never in stock. So what is up with that? Does anybody know, or is it just like, what is going on? I have to go edit this video now, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, and let me know in a comment what trees we should put in the orchard after our elderberries, because I can't decide what to get first. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.